Hey everyone, I'm back to do another subscriber's request. And so this second request, which will maybe be my last request for today, but we will see. Anyway, this request is coming in from Taylor. And Taylor, you have requested me to do a reading on Sehun. So as I mentioned before with the other one, that Sehun, I just finished a subscriber's request pertaining to Sehun and Lisa, and this request is about Sehun. So he's popular today. Anyway, Taylor, you wanted to know overall about his personality. So we will tune in and chime in to see what his personality is about. And then your second question is you want to know what was going on currently with his career. So first and foremost, we're going to tap in and see what is his personality. And I will tell you right off back, we kind of got a little idea of it from the other request video that I did with him and Lisa. But for one thing, I did mention in that he is an Aries, so he's a fire sign. And so let us talk about, with that being said, let us talk about his personality as being an Aries, a fire sign. All right. So the cards that came out pertaining to his personality was, we have here the King of Cups. No, I'm sorry, my bad. The Ace of Cups, followed by the Two of Wands, which is his energy here because Wands is associated with fire. And then we have the Three of Pentacles that came out. Now, these energies, those three energies, have been triggered or is being affected by the overall energy from his energy again of the Eight of Wands. This is at the bottom of the deck. So the Ace of Wands has influenced these other energies and will bring light to his overall personality. So Wands is associated with fire. And so with him being an Aries, then it makes sense. Now, Eight of Wands typically, generally can mean communication coming in and coming in quick and fast. It has a speedy type of energy with the Eight of Wands. But it can also signify different various things that a person is involved in, right? It could speak about their talents. It could speak about their endeavors. Whatever it is, it's more than one thing because it also can touch upon the passion, which means that Sehun have quite a lot of passion when it comes to his projects overall. Okay, so with the Ace of Cups here, the Ace of Cups is someone that is open not only to love, because Cups deals with emotions, but it also sometimes is connected to love, especially in a love reading. But overall, when it comes to his personality, I would say that he is someone that is overall loving, despite the fact that he's an Aries, right? That he's overall have a loving personality, okay? And to clarify that, we have here the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is someone that is loving, right, by nature. Someone that is also a good friend. So whether it's, being a good friend to some of the members of his group or friends that are outside of his group, he can be a good friend. Someone that, have a happy type of, bubbly and fiery type of attitude, right? So that can, speak upon that as well. So in one aspect, that is what those energies can be a part of pertaining to his personality. But also, because we got cups here, it's possible that he might have water, because cups is associated with the element of water. So he might, somewhere in his placements, might have water in his chart. Now, we move over to that Two of Wands. This is his energy right here. Two of Wands is someone that has ideas. They are always planning. They are always strategizing, right? They have a lot that they are going on. And it takes me back to that overall energy of the Eight of Wands. This is someone that has lots of talents because he's always driven. As I mentioned with the other video, because him and Lisa, they are both fire signs, and I was mentioning basically a little bit about Aries' personality, that they are hardworking, they are driven. They start off the zodiac sign. They are the first sign that starts off the zodiac chart. So with that being said, there is a sense of them being go-getters. They are very driven, as I mentioned. They are hard workers, which means that they have a lot on their plate. They are self-absorbed into their work, their endeavors, their ambitions. They are very ambitions, very ambitious. You know what I'm trying to say. Right? But anyway, it just speaks about them always coming up with ideas, being innovative, just really keeping themselves busy. Sometimes I think that they overwork too much. And I'm going to speak about that in a second, because with so many irons in the fire, literally, he has a lot that is going on. But anyway, getting back to his personality and his traits, that is another factor, is that he's always strategizing. Being an Aries, they're always planning and always just looking to stay busy, at the same time. And then to clarify that, we got the Judgment, a major arcana. The Judgment is someone that, exactly what it represents, someone that is always being inspired of themselves, coming up with new ideas, always looking for things, thinking outside the box, if you will. They are very good when it comes to, being creative with their ideas, for themselves, but also for others. So if they, in fact, collaborate, which we're going to actually get to, because the next card here, we do got the Three of Pentacles. So Three of Pentacles is speaks about collaborating, working with people. So even though Aries are very independent and they do like to, for the most part, they are more inclined to want to work for themselves, right? But in the same interim of things, they can as well collaborate and work with other people, right? Provided that they can even show up as a mentor. And in that other video, I mentioned that they are leaders of the pack, which brings me to the clarifier to this is the Star card. This is Aquarius energy. So again, speaking about other placements, he might have air in his chart, being Aquarius somewhere. Doesn't have to be. But this energy here of the Star is, to me, saying leader of the pack. So along with the Three of Pentacles, this is saying that, he is someone ultimately that will come across as being the leader, maybe being a mentor to other people, whether it's his members in the group or outside of the group, just people in general. He can be someone that is very good to give advice, because people will feel inspired by his nature because of his drive, right? And typically that's what, when you have someone like Aries that is, very hardworking, very ambitious. That's what I should have said earlier. Ambitious and go-getters, they are in fact inspiring, because if you have someone, a friend or anyone that maybe isn't as confident and a go-getter, this is where Aries will come into play and kind of help boost that person's ability to be more confident in what they want and what they believe in and whatever ideas that they have. So this is pretty much the overall energy describing his personality. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it's nothing really more to say other than the fact that he may have water somewhere in his chart, in his placements, as well as air energy somewhere. And if in fact he does have air in his chart, that would also make sense as well, because he is analytical, which Aquarius are. They are analytical, they are logical, they are thinkers, so it kind of like can go hand in hand with being fire and being air. They have a lot of components that will make up and bring more intensity to them overall when it comes to their personality and traits. All right, so Taylor, I hope I addressed your question there. And now your last question you wanted to know is what is going on surrounding the area of his career. I would say this, it's a busy one. Okay, very busy. Going back to the first part of your question, remember the Eight of Wands? I said this is someone who have a lot of irons in the fire, someone who has constant things coming in, and that is represented with his career. I find that he has many talents because I saw where and read that not only is he a singer and rapper, he's a model and he's an actor. So he has various talents, and which means with various talents, that opened doors for lots of opportunities. So when speaking about his career, I find that it's very, very, very busy at this time for him. Let's talk about what came out pertaining to that. We got the Knight of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Nine of Wands. So both the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Wands is tuning in to his energy, because Wands is associated with fire, him being an Aries. And then what's being affected by these energies is overall what's coming out as the overall energy of the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles has influenced these other energies pertaining to his career. How so? Well, with the Nine of Cups, this is, to me, in this scenario, the Nine of Cups here is representing that he's always open to new things, right? He's passionate. He loves the things that he strives and set out to do, right? You see, this image here shows the cup is being, it's stuck out, because I feel that he's always willing to take opportunities, no matter how much it can be. I find, excuse me, no matter how overwhelming it can be, I just think that just by nature, he is just always open to just receiving opportunities that will come in for him, right? And to clarify that, it makes sense because look what we got. Seven of Cups along with the Chariot. The Chariot is one of the most fastest, speediest energies in the tarot deck. This is Cancer energy here. So speaking of water sign earlier, we have a lot of water cards out here. So he might, like I said, very well have water in his chart. Not necessarily, but he could. But it speaks about always on the go, which connects me back to the Eight of Wands, which is also similar to the Chariot, because the Wands, the Eight of Wands and the Chariot is very fast energy, but always on the go. Don't have time to like stop and smell the roses, if you will. But what I also picked up when I was pulling out the cards is there's a caution that I sense that he needs to slow down, because even though a person can be ambitious and over hardworking, sometimes too much can take a toll and a strain on you physically. It can wear you down. So I sense a burnout. So I hope if you happen to come across this video, say, stop, smell the roses, give yourself some R&R, take a little mini vacation. I know you have a hectic schedule, but take some R&R, because I feel there's a burnout in sight for you. And even though you may not feel it because you are on a high, but it can affect you at some point. If not now, later on, it can catch up with you. So that is like a word of caution. All right? So he's always on the go. And it's like I said, it's also because he is working a lot. The Nine of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is affecting these energies here. Nine of Pentacles is somewhat of independence, which basically signifies his overall personality of who he is by nature. Independent and always have lots of things going on. Now let's move over to what the Queen of Wands is, which I said was his energy. Never mind that it's showing a queen, because in tarot there is no specific gender, but it's speaking about the energy behind the Queen of Wands. Again, speaking about that independence, having a lot but very confident at the same time, right? And then to clarify that, we have the Emperor, which is his energy. This is Aries. Emperor is associated with Aries energy, along with the Ten of Wands, his energy again. So you can see that this energy of the Ten of Wands is someone that is doing what? They are pushing those wands out. You know, this is someone that will have challenges. Now, it's not to say just because you're hardworking and your ambition that you won't have challenges or setbacks. But because of their nature to not give up, if they have challenges, they are going to somehow overcome and push away those challenges. They fall down, they're going to rise back up. They don't stay down because they know that, at the end of the day, I have to stay focused. I have to work. There's a sense of accomplishment that they aim to get. And it was something else I was going to say. It just lost my thought. Something I was going to say pertaining to that. Anyway, but here's this energy right here. This is an energy of someone that is independent, someone that is confident, someone of power, right? When it comes to his endeavors and his careers, it's really killing me that I wanted to say something pertaining to this Ten of Wands here. What was I going to say? It may have been this. The Ten of Wands is also an energy that you have been through the ringer. This could be like physical. It could be mental. It could be physical or emotional. But you're pushing it out. That's why I felt a caution between him, that it also can mean being stressed. Because the more you have, the more you take on, the more responsibility. And if you are trying to do everything by yourself, it will and can take a strain on you. And that's why, like I said, I'm picking up strong that there's a caution that he needs to slow down and really be mindful of his health. Even though he's young, I think he's 29, doesn't mean anything. We have to keep things in balance. It's good that you be ambitious, but there's a sense of, having things in balance, because too much of anything is not good, right? Now, we go to the last energy, and we have right here, this is what I'm saying, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is before the Ten of Wands. And so this is someone, like I said, who has challenges, who may have, ups and downs along the way, another thing I picked up, that he's a perfectionist. I think that, I know what I was going to say. Sometimes we can be our own competition. It doesn't have to always be with other people, but sometimes we can be our own competitor. And so again, it goes right back. I know I keep repeating it, but this is what I am picking up when it comes to how he is handling the many jobs and talents when it comes to his career. And going back to his personality, being an Aries, that he can be his own competitor because he is so driven. And with that being said, it can catch up to him. Not now, it will catch up to him. So again, it has the message. The more of the message is that, with everything that he has going on for him, he has to take time out to be able to recharge. So there's like a strong message of focus about him recharging at some point. And then to clarify those energies, we have here the Three of Pentacles along with the Two of Swords. So to me, this is saying that when it comes to, collaborating and working with other people, sometimes, because he's a perfectionist, if people bring ideas to the table or bring it to his attention, yeah, he will listen. But I think overall, he may choose to block, because for him it's like, that's a good idea, but in his mind's eye, in the way he wants everything to be perfect, he may ultimately be the one that will kind of change the idea or the direction of something, because he is a perfectionist. So even though he might, working and collaborating with other people and getting along, it's one thing. But working with other people who might kind of come across as maybe, blocking your vision about something is a whole nother thing. And that's the part where I feel that, him being the leader of the pack and wanting to pretty much ultimately be in control of his visions and, his ideas, that can work for him and that can, kind of go against him. Where it can make him come across as being egotistical, if you will. So sometimes ego can come into play here. But overall, when it comes to his career, it's very full pack. But again, if he at any time come across this video, he needs some R&R. He needs to take a little mini vacation to recharge. All right, Taylor, I hope I answered your questions here. If I did, you know what to do, sweetie. send some fire to that thumbs button, give me a like, and as well drop your feedback into what you thought about this reading. And anyone else who have and will read this, look at this video, if you enjoyed this reading, let me know. And if you are a viewer, become a subscriber, because who knows, with your subscription, you can come in and request a reading on your favorite celebrity. All right, everyone, it's a wrap. This is it for now. I need to go eat. So speaking about recharge, I'm going to go recharge. I'm going to go eat. And if somehow I have the energy, I will come back and maybe do another request. If not, I will try to come back in tomorrow. No promises, but I will try. All right, everyone. So until then, have a wonderful and a cool, depending on the area you are, have a cool Saturday. Until the next one, peace, love, and light. Bye.